Here in this slide, you can see the excretory system of Herdmania. Now, this is a photograph of the LS of body through neural complex. And neural complex is comprised of three things: neural gland, nerve ganglion, and dorsal tubercle. Here you can see LS. LS you must be well versed with. It is a longitudinal section of the body, and when we are cutting the longitudinal section, here you can see this is the one lip of branchial siphon. These are the longitudinal muscles which are innervating the branchial siphon, and after the branchial siphon, here it is a branchial tentacle. So the water comes from here and it enters the prebranchial zone where the dorsal tubercle is situated, and after the peripharyngeal bands, because it is an LS, so the there is just a cross section of the peripharyngeal bands. So these are after the prebranchial zone come the peripharyngeal bands, and they are separating the prebranchial zone from the branchial sac. And this is the dorsal lamina, and the languids are hanging down. So this is the region of branchial siphon, and somewhere here will be the region of atrial siphon. And as you know, the position of the neural gland is between the branchial siphon and the atrial siphon. And here you can see the gland. It is actually the LS of a gland, LS of the gland, and it is situated above the nerve ganglion, and it is an elliptical structure. If we see it as a whole, if it was not an LS, if the whole organ was to be seen, it is an elliptical structure, 4 millimeter wide long and 1 millimeter wide. And internal structure, if we go to the details of the internal structure, there is one longitudinal canal or one main duct of neural gland. It is passing throughout the length, and from this duct arise many more ducts, primary ducts, and these primary ducts, they in turn are divided into secondary ducts, and these ducts, they all open into one common duct of neural gland. So all the excretory material is collected, and the excretory material actually, the excretory cells actually are in fact the nephrocytes of blood. They collect waste products, mainly xanthine and urate particles, and pass through the lumen, and through the duct are poured into the, through this aperture they are poured into the prebranchial zone. So this way the excretion of the animal takes place. So this was about the excretory system of Herdmania. So let's go to the next system, which is the nervous system. Again, here there is a diagram which we can see from the top of the animal. If we view the animal from the top, on one side is placed the branchial aperture, and on the other side the atrial aperture, and the nerve ganglion is somewhere between both the apertures. And as we had seen in excretory system, the neural gland was present above the nerve ganglion. So you can, in the context of nervous system, you can say that the nerve ganglion is present below the neural gland. And as you can see, this is the nerve ganglion, and it is acting as a kind of brain. This is the most prominent part of the nervous system, and it is giving out 3 branches in front. Like in front means in the interior region, and 2 branches in the posterior. It's not a posterior region, the dorsal region. Means 2 nerves are innervating the branchial aperture, and 2 are surrounding the atrial aperture. So these are the nerve fibers which are going coming out anteriorly from the nerve ganglion, and these are the nerve fibers coming out posteriorly from the nerve ganglion. And this is the complete nervous system of Herdmani. And again, if you go to the size, shape and color of the nerve ganglion, it is a pinkish elongated, about 4 millimeter long. It is a solid nerve ganglion. It can also be called the brain, as I told you, and or the cerebral ganglion. So this finishes the nervous system, and let's system next topic. And this is not a system, it is a kind of structure unitedly formed of 3 structures, and this is known as the neural complex. And here you can see the 3 structures: neural gland, nerve ganglion, and dorsal tubercle. All these 3 structures referred to as a single unit are called the neural complex. And as you can see now, you can see the comparative position here, it's very clear. And the animal is viewed from the left side, and if we view the animal from the left side, all these structures are placed in this sequence. The neural gland is placed above between both the siphons, and below the neural gland is the nerve ganglion, and the duct of the neural gland, it passes in between the anterior nerve fibers of the nerve ganglion. These are the anterior nerve fibers, and the neural duct is passing between these and going below, and through an aperture it is opening into the dorsal tubercle, which is placed in the prebranchial zone. So this is the neural complex found in the Herdmani. We come to the sense organs. Several special sensory organs in Herdmania are lacking. However, several simple structures in the form of isolated or aggregated cells with nerve endings represent receptors. And these receptors, as you can see on the screen, are the tango receptors, the photoreceptors, rheoreceptors, thermoreceptors, and the chemoreceptors. The tango receptors, they are sensitive to touch. These cells are scattered throughout non-vascular areas of test, along margins of siphons, over tentacles, and covering vascular ampullae. The photoreceptors are sensitive to light. These are pigmented cells containing red pigment granules located on the margins of siphons and vascular ampullae. I hope you remember the vascular ampullae. Here there is the nerve supply of vascular ampulla is shown in this diagram. Here this is the nerve, and these are epithelial cells of vascular ampullae. These vascular ampullae are knob-like structures which are the parts of the vascular tubules which are present in the test. There is a network of tubules, and on the surface, near the surface, or you can say below the upper surface of the test, these knob-like structures are present, which are known as vascular ampullae. And this is the enlarged view. So these are the epithelial cells of those vascular ampullae, and the nerve fibers, they are innervating into these cells. Each cell is having a small nerve fiber coming in contact with it. The third kind of sense organs are the rheoreceptors. They are sensitive to water currents. These cells line the apical margins of siphons, because water, it enters or leaves the body from these structures, the parenchymal siphon and the atrial siphon. So the rheoreceptors, they present in the margins of these structures. The fourth are the thermoreceptors. They are sensitive to temperature. These cells lie in the siphons. Again, to test the temperature of the water, whether it is appropriate to take in or not. Then the fifth are the chemoreceptors, and they are sensitive to chemicals. As the name is suggesting, these include the tentacles and the dorsal tubercle. The chemical chemoreceptors, they are the tentacles and the dorsal tubercle. The branchial tentacles, due to their rich nerve supply, are considered olfactory in nature. They test the quality of incoming water and also the size of food particles entering the pharynx. The dorsal tubercle is a small sensory structure suspended mid-dorsally in the prebranchial zone, just anterior to the junction of peripharyngeal bands and dorsal lamina. It consists of two conical spirally coiled projections or lobes, each carrying a similarly coiled and ciliated narrow open channel running from its base to the tip. Both the channels are continuous at the broad convex dome-like base of the dorsal tubercle. The surface of dorsal tubercle is covered by ciliated columnar epithelium rich in nerve supply. The dorsal tubercle serves to smell and taste the water entering the pharynx, thus functioning both as an olfactory and a gustatory receptor. So this finishes the sense of Herdmania, and here we kind of finish the structure and life history of Herdmania. In the next chapter, I will be doing the development of Herdmania. So look forward to that lecture, and thank you for now.